Namaskar, welcome to day 11 of the 100 days journey towards the celebration of International Day of Yoga, which I will be celebrating with you on the 21st of June 2026 from Times Square, New York. Today is March 24th. Today we explore Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sūtra 1.11 or the 11th Yoga Sutra from Samadhi-pad, the first chapter. The sutra is Anubhūta viṣayāsaṁpramoṣaḥ smṛti. Anubhūta viṣayāsaṁpramoṣaḥ smṛti. Memory is the vṛtti where past experiences are retained without being lost. Memory is the vṛtti. Memory is the vṛtti where past experiences are retained without being lost. And if we have to explain, Patanjali says, smṛti, memory, is a vṛtti, is a modification, is a fluctuation of the mind. It is a movement of the mind that brings past into the present. Past into the present. The experience is gone, but its trace remains. When that trace rises, it becomes a vṛtti. Smṛti, the memory, is not passive. It shapes perception. It colors reactions. It influences identity. Memory, smṛti, is not the enemy. It is simply the past rising in the present. Now, if we have to give an analogy, imagine a scarf. Or why just scarf? Why not my Rudraksh mala? This is from my mother, who is no more with us. This Rudraksh mala that I wear, of course, I'm letting the vṛtti on of my chit. The experience is gone, but its trace stays in the mind. This Rudraksh mala belonged to my mother. When the trace rises, it becomes a vṛtti. Now, today, why it matters today? So many in today's world, so many of our reactions are not to the moment, but to memory. But to memory. If you did not notice, it was very subtle. As soon as I picked up my Rudraksh mala, and I just remembered the traces are there, and I became a little bit emotional in my voice. I was affected by the vṛtti, the modification. Past hurt, past conditioning, past labels, past stories rise again and again. We think we are responding to the present, but often we are responding to smrti, memory. And this sutra teaches us to see memory as memory, not present. Memory as memory, not as truth, not as identity, not as destiny. And when we see smrti clearly, when we see smrti clearly, it loses its grip. Before we begin, here is what we practice today and how each part helps us recognize smrti, vṛtti, the movement of memory rising in the present. So what are we going to practice today? We just learned the Yoga Sutra, how to pronounce it. We are trying to understand smrti, or the memory, as the fluctuation of the mind, or the vṛtti. And we also learned a little bit through the analogy. And today, the analogy lied right here in the Rudraksh mala that I'm wearing that belonged to my mother. We will be practicing our traditional sanchalan movements. Griva sanchalanam. Griva is the neck, the gentle rotation of the neck. The neck remembers old patterns. Skanda sanchalan, the shoulder, the gentle shoulder movements or the roll. The shoulder remembers stress. Marjari Bitilasan, which we are doing Bidalasan, which is also the cat and cow while seated. And there, the spine remembers the habits. Vakra Sanchalanasan. Vakra Sanchalan, or the movement of the spine, the twisting of the spine. The torso would remember the restriction. We'll practice stillness as we do. We will practice stillness to observe memory. Remember, to observe memory without becoming it. Observe memory without becoming it. We will practice sthir sukham dhyanam, the steady, comfortable awareness, antarman, observing memory as memory, the inside silence. And nabhi dharana, returning to the anchor, to our present moment through the navel. These stillness practices will help us recognize smrti without being pulled into it. So let's begin our gentle classical movement. Griva Sanchalanam, the gentle neck rotation. Back and spine straight. Back and spine straight. Roll your shoulders if you have to. Your chin slightly tucked in. And now we roll gently our neck. Very gentle. Normal breathing. You may keep your eyes open or closed. And this is the last one. That was Griva Sanchalan. everything gentle. Now, the neck, of course, remembers old patterns. Notice what rises. For me, since the neck remembers old patterns, and I felt, that may not be true, that, oh, the tightness was there. That may not be true because the tightness was there in my morning practices. So the neck remembers old patterns, but I'll just let it pass. Skanda Sanchalan. The shoulder rolls, gentle shoulder rolls. Again, back and spine straight. Chin slightly tucked in. And now roll your shoulders. We do this 4 times. And in the opposite direction. And the last. Excellent. The shoulder remembers the stress. Feel the memory without becoming it. The memory without becoming it. Now comes the Bidalasana or the cat-cow. Well, I am doing it while seated. You can do it on all fours or the tabletop position. Let's do it. But you have to remember, spine remembers habits, and let the breath soften the old traces, which also means just let it go. Let's do it. So we do it twice. Bring it all and release. I'll take off my glasses. And release. And you do this gently. And the last but not the least is the Vakra Sanchalan, the gentle twist. Vakra Sanchalan, which Sanchalan is the movement, gentle twist. Remember, the torso remembers the restrictions. Twist softly. Let the memory rise and fall. Let's do it. And one more time. Normal breath. Excellent. Now we would move on to our stillness practices, starting with Sthir Sukham Dhyanam. Well, I am seated. You can practice Sthir Sukham Dhyanam in your favorite meditative pose. It could be Padmasana, the lotus pose, or Sukhasana, the comfort pose. I have my both my feet stretched right in front of me. Let's practice the stillness. Sthir Sukham Dhyanam. Let your breath settle. Let your breath settle. With your back and spine straight. Roll your shoulders if you have to bring about alignment. Chin slightly tucked in. And your hands could be in chin mudra, on your thighs, palms facing up, or simply leave it on your knees. Normal breathing. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Let the breath settle. And anytime you feel distracted, just focus on your navel. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Just settle around your navel. Just stay like this. And return to your natural rhythm. And we now go into practicing Antar Maun. Antar Maun, which means Antar means internal and Maun means silence. Ever thought stillness, silence could be practiced? Yes, it could be practiced. It could be learned, practiced every day, and it can be achieved. We practice stillness so our mind is steady. It's not jumping around with all the modifications that we have learned, whether it is the right knowledge modification or the fluctuation of the wrong knowledge, or it is imagination or the stories, assumptions, or nidra, the sleep modification, or the smṛti modification. We are trying to settle our mind, keep it steady by focusing, bringing our focus back to our navel. Now sit, take few normal breaths, and notice when a memory rises. Notice when the past enters the present. See it clearly. Do not follow it. Do not fight it. Just recognize it as a smṛti. Let it go. Just come back to your navel. Return to the navel. Nabhi dharana. The center that is always in the present moment. Your navel is the anchor. In this, we end with 3 soft breaths and we equalize our breath. You may count for each inhalation your own count, which I will be doing, making 3, 1001, 1002, 1003. And then the equal number of counts while breathing out or exhaling. Back and spine straight, chin slightly tucked in. And let's begin. And the last, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Today we explored smṛti, memory, the vṛtti, the fluctuation of the mind called memory, the past rising in the present. When we see memory as memory, it loses its power. The more it rises, the traces rises, it is a vṛtti. But as long as I remember that this is not the present, the trace is not the present, it is just a memory, clarity returns. Thank you for practicing with me today. Until tomorrow, stay warm, stay open, and stay honest to your story. Thank you. I am thankful to Kate, Lynn, Shannon 4713. Thank you. Thank you, Christy, Christelle, Blake Way. Hello. Thank you for joining. Pavitra, thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, and we meet again tomorrow. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you.